Welcome to the Movie Goblins podcast, where spoilers are always off the table. I'm Noah Olenvik, and across the table from me is my co-host, Ben Leesom.
I'm the King of England, bitch.
You're the King of England, bitch.
Everyone who stutters is the King of England, bitch.
It's proof. We have living proof that he's the reincarnation of George VI.
I stutter, I have a temper, and I smoke endlessly, and I'm probably inbred.
Chain smoke. You were chain smoking earlier.
And I'm probably inbred.
How you been doing, Ben? It's only been a week since our last episode.
Yeah.
So school and shit.
It's almost done. We're almost there.
We're almost there. We're almost to the end.
The thrill of one more kill.
Yeah, before we started the episode, we were talking about just SpongeBob quotes and just how we used to love SpongeBob.
We were talking about
much.
SpongeBob and Travis Scott.
All
the classic.
All the classic conversations about funny people. Travis Scott, such a funny man.
He's such a wacky.
What a goofy guy.
What a character.
What a character. Is there before we watch the 3 movies we are covering today, was there anything else you watched following up to that, or anything in particular that you consumed that you think is worth noting?
Well, I watched a few episodes of The Best Show Ever Made. Guess what it is? Can you
MASH?
No. Well, but not that.
Oh, I don't know.
Over and over and over and over.
Oh, Moral Oral. Okay.
That might be my favorite show of all time.
Okay.
Maybe. Well, that and MASH.
How many episodes are there? Is it 26 or something?
It's not. Yeah, there's 3 seasons. It's like 20-ish, I'd say.
Okay.
And then they canceled it because
it got too dark or something, or.
Well, here's the thing. They told them make it darker, and they did, and they said never mind, you're canceled. So fuck you, Adult Swim.
That's what you get for doing your job.
Yeah, we tell you to go darker, and you went no, that's too dark.
That's too dark, man.
Bitch, what do you
want from me?
Yeah, so they canceled maybe the best show ever on that channel. I stand by it. Fuck Rick and Morty. Moral Oral's where it's at. So I watched that. I watched a documentary for class called Rain.
Okay.
It's about rain.
Oh.
It's it tells you that rain happens. Rain falls from the sky.
I remember once in eco class, we watched this thing about wolves, and I added to my letterbox. I was asleep half the time, so.
Good to know.
Yeah, but earlier this week I watched the first episode of Samurai Champloo, which is my new obsession.
I love shampoo.
That's what everybody thinks when they first hear it.
Well, I mean, come on, it's like
that's why I have to pronounce it Champloo or something like
Champloo.
that. Yeah.
That's the proper way.
It's a great. I've been listening to the soundtrack for 2 years now, so it was about time I started watching it because it's on Crunchyroll now. So there was no excuse to not watch it, so I started watching it because it was finally on streaming after being unavailable for so long. And I also watched Fistful of Dollars, which is the best movie I saw this month.
Damn.
It's so fucking good. It's so amazing.
So you didn't think it was as good as the Mario movie?
Is what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Can't believe it.
So the movies we watched last night were, first of all, The King's Speech, which was your recommendation.
Yeah, so I had 2 recommendations and you had 1.
Yep.
As our schedule is now, where it's so this time it was 2 movies from me, 1 from you, and the next time it's 2 from you, 1 from me.
Yep.
And then we're gonna just keep going.
Just keep reversing.
Because we're geniuses. Anyway, so The King's Speech. Everyone says it's an Oscar bait movie that didn't deserve the Oscars. I tell them to go fuck themselves. This movie's great, and if you don't think so, you're a bad person. So the story is about King George VI. Who had a speech impediment, a stutter, a stammer, if you will. And basically, his father, played by the guy who's in Harry Potter, who played Dumbledore.
The second Dumbledore.
Yes, the second one.
After the first one died.
The first one died. So his father dies because, he's old and inbred. And his brother, I can't remember.
Well, let's just say
some
played by Guy Pearce.
Yeah, Guy Pearce, played by Guy Pearce. So his name's Guy Pearce. He becomes king, and he sucks at it because he's obsessed with his lover, whose name is Simpson, who is twice married with husbands both still living, and he's determined to marry her even though he can't because people who are divorced are disgusting. Well, I mean, that's why he can't do it, basically. Like
From their point of view, yeah.
Yeah, even though, the whole point the Church of England exists is because the king wanted to leave his wife. That's the only reason he made his own church.
Wow.
So it's ironic, but... So basically, this guy leaves the crown to marry this woman because he's determined. So his brother, who stutters, has to go and become king. And he has to make speeches, which is hard because, stutters. And so he gets help from a speech therapist named Lionel Logue, played by...
He's fucking awesome in this movie.
I know. I can't remember the actor's name, though.
I forget what else he's been in, but he looks recognizable. I've seen him in other stuff.
Yeah, he's great. And so he becomes friends with this therapist, and he helps get through some of his trauma and makes his final speech, which is basically his speech is saying, "Hey, we're going back to war with Germany because of Hitler. I'm sorry. Here we go." And that's basically
Here we go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go get the Nazis.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Yeah, they were all high on shrooms. So yeah, that's basically. I mean, that's the whole plot. I mean,
that sounds like the setup to the way you said it sounds like the setup to the plot, where it's like the big build up is like, oh, he's gonna give the speech, but like no, it's like that's the entire movie. Is like in like the last like 20 minutes, he's giving the speech he has to give for like the entire country,
and then World War II happens.
Yeah, I always found it interesting how it's like within the context of this, it's like royalty dealing with like turmoil and like the buildup of war. Yeah. While there's other movies where like, okay, we're in the trenches with the people. Yeah. But like going behind like the political lines was very fascinating to me.
Okay, so did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yay!
Yeah, it's not my it's not like
it's not your cup of tea.
It's not really my cup of tea, but like despite that, it's
British.
It's like it's from the first moments I was a little bit scared. Because I was just like, oh no, it's just gonna be like
it's one of those
like one of those sterile British Downton Abbey type shit fest, But then
I know exactly when you turned your mind.
Because
wait. Okay. So the first scene is him like at this big event giving a speech, and every time he stutters, the microphone echoes each stutter, so it's like it's like the whole crowd is like looking at him, and each one's like
each mistake he makes is like being repeated back to him. It's so fucking brilliant, dude.
It's this is the scariest movie ever made for me. It's like
I can understand why.
It's like looking at that like it's like
make the pain stop.
And the marble thing.
Oh, it's so dumb. That made like pseudoscience bullshit.
Yeah, it's like when we watched that, I actually like gagged. I literally gagged. I went.
He's like, "Maybe spoil the bloody things."
Yeah. So, yeah, so you liked it?
Yeah, I loved it. It was great. We'll get to that later, but I was kind of like, that was that moment, that turning point for me where I was just like, oh, I'm on board.
The first scene.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it was like, there was those opening shots where I was like, oh no.
It's like a microphone, it's him in the hallway, and like the guy like...
Yeah, It's like this like ultra like, yes,
British.
It's like, I only watched the greatest of cinema. But
I watched Downton Abbey.
It
did have a little Downton Abbey feel to it. I'm not gonna lie.
Not just because Colin Firth isn't Colin Firth also in Downton Abbey?
I'm sure he is. I'm
sure he is. Yeah. And there was like another movie that came out like it was pretty much like Downton Abbey, the beginning.
Yeah, there's two Downton Abbey movies.
Really?
Yeah, there's one where it's just like them doing the same shit, and one where they go to a wedding.
Oh, riveting!
I know. It's like we're British people in fancy gowns.
Yeah, so it's not the type of movie I usually watch, but I'm glad you showed it to me because it was just like widened my horizons. Just like I'm gonna watch some more
British
relatively
shit.
No, just like newer contemporary like good movies.
Yeah.
Instead of like watching something like the most recent. I was like, I keep looking at my letterbox, and I'm like looking at like, okay, The Black Phone, which is good, Halloween Ends, which is like dumb but good, then like the Mario movie. That's all I watched these past 2 years.
Yeah.
And it was just fun to like. It was just like it was a lot more exhilarating than you'd think it'd be, getting like the trailers and stuff.
The trailer's great. In a world,
it makes it like jarring, like epic, like it's supposed to be like it's like Lord of the Rings or some shit, or it's just like he has to face like
He has to
in the
face.
Blu-ray, in the Blu-ray copy is like I'm looking for it. I can't find it, but I know what it says. It says "Find your voice."
I mean, yeah, that is the plot.
Yeah, but I'm just like, it's so cheesy. It's just so hammy, but it's just like, it's good though.
Yeah.
When there's some excellent shots in this movie where it's like, it's when Colin Firth is talking with Guy Pearce, and he's like, and Colin at the cabin.
Yeah.
Over the winter, and Guy Pearce is like taunting him because like he used to do that like when they were younger, and like he like goes off and like he brushes it off, pops the champagne, goes into like goes into the room, and like it's the screen is split.
Yeah.
And there's one half of Guy Pearce like going to like and having a fun time, everybody's partying, and then there's Colin Firth like having a borderline panic attack like behind the door, the wall. And that was an amazing shot. That was just like this. I was like, this is cinema. No,
God
I wasn't.
Damn it. That joke's gotten so fucking old.
But that was like a great example of like, okay, utilizing visuals in film, which is like kind of the point of fucking film, It
is?
Yeah, it's like telling a story visually,
No, it's about seeing a superhero punch a guy and clapping and cheering.
It's about seeing.
Very cool.
It's about seeing Cyborg throw Aquaman across the.
Bet your ass it is.
Through the air.
Very cool.
So he can destroy the big bad villain.
Hell yeah.
But
rock hard watching that.
Zack Snyder's so fucking cool.
Is cringe.
Oh jeez, but there's some other examples of this is why I should write down notes, but where I like the scene where like Lionel, is that his name? Yeah, Lionel's like trying to like I like his relationship with his kids.
Yeah,
his kids are great. Where like there's like they know like they're like quoting Shakespeare and stuff because it's like he's so predictable. It's like Dad, that was Hamlet line,
Yeah, that's the wrong line.
That's the wrong line.
It's like, shit.
He's got like a hunchback.
Yeah, it's a pillow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beware. Yeah, he's great.
Mm-hmm.
There's one shot I know you like because it's like, okay, the first scene happens and there's a scene where it's a foggy street and like Logue is walking home and he comes like out of the fog. He's got his bowler hat, he got his coat.
Oh yeah, that was super atmospheric. I love that.
He's walking and there's a car behind him like shining lights on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Great fog shots in this movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's never sunny in this movie.
No. Well, it is at the end when the war is about to happen.
Happy ending. The war. We're at war.
Yay! World War II.
It is interesting how it's like it's able to kind of that's like kind of the magic of or manipulation of film, where it's like you're able like to feel this triumphant moment in this character when he's making a speech about how a whole country is having to go to war.
Yeah.
That's what's cool about it, though.
Well. So the whole scene, it's not like going to war is cool. It's the fact that
he was able to properly convey this message to his people,
Yeah, and
not fuck it up.
Be a dumb bitch who stutters.
The only idiots stutter.
Yeah, I know.
Am I right then?
I know. People who stutter are barely human. They're not even like.
I hated like the moments I cringed the most were like was most mad where like everybody's like people were like spit it out boy
That was his dad.
That was his dad.
That was like one scene of his dad not.
Spit it out. Just get. Let the radio do the talk. Let the microphone do the talking.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that.
No, that's not.
I've been on live air and the first time it's like staggeringly like.
Just stare at this giant robotic penis staring at you and talking to it.
It's super intimidating to like go live on air as a DJ.
Get it out, boy!
Get it out, boy!
He's a fucking dick. Douchebag. Yeah, and then he gets insane and dies.
Yeah, he gets dementia and he's donezo.
Yeah.
But
he's donezo.
Donezo
McGee.
There's another Harry Potter actor in this movie.
There's a bunch. There's his wife played by Carter, Helen Bonham Carter, and she's in Harry Potter as
yeah. Oh yeah.
She
was so good in this movie.
Lestrange.
She was really good.
She was good. And then there's Wormtail.
Yep.
He plays Winston Churchill.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember. I think Colin Firth is in Harry Potter somewhere. I don't remember what he played.
I don't think so, but I could be wrong about that. I'm not the Harry Potter expert.
Yeah, I'm a master. I love everything about it, including the author and her. Never mind. No, wait, no, cut back. But yeah, so it's very, 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 very British.
Oh yeah, it's super British.
It's the most British thing that's ever British.
It's super Oscar-y too, which is like something like, or it's like so. It's a good movie.
There's a difference between Oscar bait and Oscar movie. Oscar bait is like
this
he adds
definitely
shit.
like Colin Firth gives like a fucking amazing performance.
If he didn't get the Oscar, I would have destroyed the world.
He's an amazing actor.
His stutters are so fucking good. Mm-hmm. It's like they look like stutters to me.
I was thinking about this, like comparing it to like either version of It, you know, where like it's very obvious, like they're acting like they're stuttering, you know.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Suck Bowers.
Oh Jesus!
You know, where it's just like it's very obvious that they don't actually have a stutter, you know.
Stuttering is not. Stuttering is like, for me anyway, and this it's like a lack of breathing. It's like your breathing kind of like pulse, and that. So. Yeah, so fucking It. God damn it. Suck it. Just eat penis, you fucking dick. Yeah, so Colin Firth is the tits in this movie. Mm-hmm.
So the guy who plays Lionel.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's awesome. I love the swearing scene.
Oh, that is true. You don't do it when you swear, or singing.
Oh really? I love
far away. That made me cry a little bit first time. Like, she didn't feed me far, far away. Mm-hmm. Just that scene is just...
That's just super heart-wrenching, you know?
Just like you find out he was abused by his nanny.
Uh-huh.
And also his Johnny, who's his younger brother, died like far from view in a room. He couldn't even say goodbye. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Fuck the royal family. They're just abusive fucks. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Sorry, whoever's in charge now. Please don't kill me.
There's a certain like color correction to this movie where it's like blues are turned into like these kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Do you know what I'm talking about though? Where like it's kind of like muted a little bit, but it's kind of like a different. It definitely like encases this movie in an era.
Yeah.
Of it's like it's a different world from ours. Mm-hmm. You know, not just in place but in time.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit faded, but it still the movie looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's very surprising that this is coming from like the director who later made Cats.
Did he?
Yep.
That makes this movie even better.
Imagine if Colin Firth was in Cats. That'd be awful.
Hear me running by the sea. He starts stuttering in Cats.
He starts stuttering, yeah.
Oh
it's amazing, like how it's cool to contrast this because my sister and I really like Kingsman, and like seeing him like his like super like fast, quick dialogue. He's like compare this to like
the opposite.
Barely able to get a word out.
Yeah, and also he has like a little. I'm trying to think of it's not like he said like Veli like the way he says regular words normally is like he has a little kind of like he says words I'm trying to. What's the word? It's like it's not very. It's Veli. It's like it's a little kind of like that kind of like list. Like
okay,
I'm trying to, but yeah, I noticed that this time and I really liked it because like even when he's not stuttering, his speaking voice is a little kind of like odd.
I looked at the Oscar list for like best picture nominees for 2011, and it was stacked that year. 2011 Best Picture nominees. Let me just pull it up. We got The Artist, which is a movie I love. Moneyball, Midnight in Paris, and then you got a Spielberg movie, War Horse.
Yeah.
The Tree of Life and Hugo, and also The Help, but whatever. It's
right.
The White Savior movie.
Yay! The good one.
But
here we come to save the day.
White people
getting it done. White people doing mass genocide for everyone.
But I feel like it's only its only competition was like that I've seen was The Artist. That was the only one where I could have seen like winning, but other than the King's Speech. But
would you say this is better than The Artist?
Wait, what the hell? Wait, didn't show up on the list. Wait, hold on.
What?
I might be wrong about that. Yeah, you look it up too.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm on Twitter.
Oh. Best Picture for 2011. What the hell? Maybe it's 2012. Okay, 2012.
There's a lot of racial slurs on Twitter.
Oh God.
I'm just, yeah, it's a lot.
Why is it not showing up? All right, whatever. But one Best Picture.
Yeah.
For 2012 or 2011, you know.
Yeah.
But I think I was like 2010 or something. But that was a mistake on my part. But it's a good movie, and I think it deserves that Oscar. So
yeah, it deserves
despite
at
its
least Best
competition.
Actor. I'd say that's
at least Best Actor.
I think I got Best Actor, Best Original Screenplay. Something. I think it did get Best Picture. I could be wrong.
I think it had like I think there's well I know this. There was like a YouTube channel I found out about that like talked about like censorship in movies and how there's a lot of cursing in this movie.
There is.
In concentrated amounts, you know.
Wow. Concentrated.
In concentrated amounts, you know, where it's like there's scenes where he's like fuck shit fuckity fuck, you know.
Yeah.
And tits.
And tits. It's very tits.
And the censor board was like for America they wanted to make it R because it was like had a bunch of swearing in it.
Yeah.
And so they had this version come out called like a PG version that like ran for like 2 weeks that cut out like almost all the cursing in the movie, so like younger audiences could appreciate it because kids don't know what swear words are.
Of course, I was not watching South Park at age 10 for the swearing. I was watching it for like the cool animation. Yeah.
Everybody who watched South Park when they were like 10 like thought they were the coolest kid in the world.
Not me. Well, I was just laughing my ass off.
Yeah, I was just laughing too. Yeah.
And of course, at fucking Jimmy.
Yeah.
You know the character who stutters.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I love Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's great. He really. I like the episode where like he like just like tells the PC principal to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Suck my dick, PC principal.
He's great.
Because he used the R word.
Yeah, he used
newspaper. He's like, we're sending someone to break their fucking legs, and there's like, he's in charge of the school newspaper, and his legs are because he's handicapped, so he's like his legs are all bent up. You gotta break his legs, PC principal.
Such a good
I love PC principal. He's great.
He's a great character.
Wee.
But yeah, King's Speech.
King's Speech. What would you rate it, Ben?
I gave it a 5.
Nice.
Fuck you.
Because fuck you. I gave it 4.5.
Well, why is it not a 5? What's that last half star?
What are you talking about? Like, that's a great
I know,
rating.
but I'm just curious. Like, what specifically did you hate about this movie?
Did I hate about it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like some of it could be a little bit drab at times visually, but there's some striking imagery, and it's like the half star off. You know.
Okay.
It's not a perfect movie.
Well, I mean,
well, at least
that's
to me, it's not.
Okay, I'm just fucking with you.
Some of my favorite movies of all time are like 4.5. So.
Okay. So you're saying that this is like your all-time favorite movie?
No.
Oh.
So what I'm saying is that it's like I can love a movie and have it not be perfect.
Okay.
I can like rate a movie like I can like love a movie honestly and like be like I look at a movie like Night of the Living Dead, right?
Yeah.
And that's like my second favorite movie of all time. It's my favorite horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
I give it 4.5.
Really?
Because I cannot in my right mind give it a perfect 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how I rate things. Like that's how I rate things, basically.
So like fair.
Yeah.
Being
fairly,
fair.
yeah.
I don't do that. I like this a lot.
Were you like skipping ahead to Plan 9? You said at one point like I'm giving this a 5.
Okay.
We'll get to Plan 9 when we get to Plan 9, but.
So, okay, King's Speech. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out, definitely.
And ignore the Weinstein name.
Yeah, ignore the Weinstein name that shows up at the beginning of the movie.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
You can't help it. They
They're
finance
evil people.
But they finance and
They financed it, yeah.
Like, they're not the artists, they just financed artists.
Yeah, they just finance artists, yep.
But fuck them.
Yeah, but fuck them, yeah, seriously.
Our next movie.
Yeah, next movie.
My other recommendation.
MFKZ.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. Motherfuckers.
This movie is something.
You said, and I quote, it's a mixture between They Live, Grand Theft Auto, and Looney Tunes.
And is that accurate?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah! This movie's great. So, so I have a lot of history with this, so strap in and strap on.
Strap on.
So, this is based on a comic called
Motherfuckers.
But it's based on a short film you can watch on YouTube right now called Operation Blackball, which was made like the early 2000s, and you can tell because it's like really like low, like not low, like really low budget 3D models, and it looks neat. Just so
Speaking of which, I love the 3D models in this movie, but go on.
Yeah. So basically, like this. So this is a movie based on a comic that was based on a short film that's based on the drawings, and the way this movie came about was that this animation company came to the people who own the comics and say, hey, let's make a movie together. And they said, okay, which comic property would you want to do? And he was like, that one. That one with the guy with his head on fire. That one. Let's do that one.
Ghost Rider.
But, and here's the thing. The comic series is long. It's like an epic.
Wow.
So there's a lot.
It's like Akira, basically.
Yeah. So there's a lot of times you said in the movie like that seems kind of like out of nowhere. It's like it's because his comic series is like an epic long like.
Did they like condense? Did they like do like a portion of it, or did they condense it into like an hour and a half?
They just condensed it.
That's a problem I have.
Yeah, I know it is. Because you mentioned the characters like. Why are there luchadors? What's happening? It's like because that's like a huge part of the comic, which I know that the person who wrote the film, who also made the comics, was, I mean, because I think this should have been like a show, or like
it should have been a series,
or maybe like a 3-part movie,
a mini series,
But it's like, listen, he wasn't offered that; he was offered a movie, and so it's like you're not going to turn out a movie, So, and you know what? With what he had, like he did the best he could.
Honestly, yeah. I love the first half of this movie.
Okay.
Wasn't so keen about the second half because it kind of lost steam a little bit for me.
Okay.
But that first half was just like a roller coaster ride. It was so fun. I loved it.
Willie.
Yeah, Willie.
Willie's the best.
I looked at that character and I was just like, I'm gonna hate this character. And then I ended up loving him because of how like much of like a shithead he is and how much of a coward he is. It's just like, I must protect Willie,
Yeah. I love the 3 main characters' looks because here's the thing. One thing I love about anything is when it's very like contrasting. So like this world like Grand Theft Auto, like hey, we're gangsters.
And
there's like this guy who looks like fucking that one little guy from fucking Looney Tunes,
Marvin the Martian.
He's like that guy, but with a wife beater on.
Okay.
with hanging out with like a flaming skull and a bat.
Lino was an interesting character to follow because he was just like was the everyman despite his character despite his character design. He's the everyman.
He just wants to be left alone.
He just wants to be left alone, and all of a sudden he's like, I just want to be left alone. Now I'm a terrorist.
Yeah. So the plot. Okay.
Yeah, you explain it. Explain it.
I'll do my best.
Yeah,
so,
please do.
In our world, basically, there's this alien group called the Machos.
Well, I wouldn't start there.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, forget that. Okay, so we start with this guy named Angelino, who looks like he's like a little kid almost.
He looks like a certain rapper I can't say the name of because I'll get canceled because of it. But go on.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's like it's just like Joshua Hamilton. He's a great rapper. His moniker I can't say out loud, but like he has like an avatar that like looks like Angelino.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But go on though.
All right. Anyway. So he is a pizza guy. He's a pizza man, and he's doing his work, and he sees a hot girl, because of course, and then he gets hit by a truck.
Yes.
And then,
as you do.
And then he gets fired for that for some reason.
Yeah, he loses his job because he gets injured.
He gets hit by a truck and gets fired, which is okay, it's shitty, but
yeah.
So and after that, he starts seeing like weird like nightmares and visions of like pizza demon, and there's like a dog that's like has an eye falling out.
Yeah.
And this girl with wings. And then these 3 guys in suits, they're like following him and his friends. It's like, who are these guys in black following?
These men in black.
Those.
That
great text. Yeah. I like the text.
I'm so jealous I'm kind of jealous that you saw us in the theater because that must have been a fun time.
Oh yeah, it was. I was not expecting that, but I mean, okay, so. It's hard to explain this plot. So so they're chasing them, and they escape. And then that night, basically, these like coppers, kind of with like weird,
these SWAT team guys,
with huge buffy guys with like weird masks, break in and start shooting at them with this jam by the Toxic Avenger.
So the Toxic Avenger is like this. I believe this is a French synthwave artist. And he does some great stuff.
Yeah,
I'm so glad he did the soundtrack, did part of the soundtrack for this movie. It's awesome.
I should mention that this is a French film.
Ah, okay.
So it's a French and a thing from it's a Japanese and French co-production.
Okay.
And then hence why they're like, hey, that French guy, you make music.
It's like, come on,
make some jams,
make some music for us.
Yeah. So it's a French film, which I found very interesting. Mm-hmm. But so they escape, and like Angelino starts like unlocking a weird power where his pupils become little stars. He starts going like stabbing people and like shooting people and flamethrower and
running on walls and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like Neo.
Yeah.
A more violent version of Neo.
And cuter.
Yeah. And also, I think it's worth noting like the environment that the movie takes place in, because DMC is an absolute shithole.
Oh, absolutely. It's basically Los Angeles, except like a massive earthquake happened, and they're just like, okay, never mind, you guys can have it. We don't care about you anymore.
It's so rich with like detail.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah,
I love that detail, and then these like 4 cute little cartoon characters are walking around.
Yeah, I love it. So everybody's just like, it's just gangland, you know.
Yeah, it's like,
and like there's just like these like miniature like
cartoon
Funko Pop figures walking around.
It's great. So they escape, and they go on the run. I'm trying to think of what the fuck happens in this movie. They
like go off on like a chase scene in an ice cream truck. It's crazy.
So they go to a neighborhood to hide out because no cops are gonna go there, and they meet Shakespeare. Voiced by RZA.
Voiced by the RZA. Yeah.
And all he does, he quotes Shakespeare and shoots people.
Oh, it's so good. It's so fun.
And he gets shot in the face.
Yeah. I was just like, my reaction was like, that was not enough RZA.
But don't worry.
Don't worry. He comes back.
And of course, in the comic, he has a lot more to do.
That sounds okay.
That's because I saw this movie. I was like, I gotta read the comic, and I read it. I was like, God damn! I wish this was like a show, because that character goes on like a huge like he gets all the gang leaders together. He gets like a whole meeting, and it's like, we gotta stop. It's like I got chills talking about it. Talk about that later. We're going off the plot right now. So so these guys find them with the main bad guy, kind of. Played by Trejo, good old Danny
Trejo. Yep.
I think it's Bruce.
He's got like a great voice too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like kind of like.
I'm gonna find you, kid, and I'm a man of my word.
He's so good. Like one time, he took his shirt off, and I was just hoping that his lady in like some tattoo would be on his chest.
I know why they didn't, because that'd be hard to animate. But
that would be hard to animate. Yeah.
Yeah. So this
just have it like pasted on there like chowder and have it not move.
That'd be so random. Oh yeah. So this guy Bruce works for these aliens called the Machos, as I said, and the Machos are like these beings born from like the darkest part of the universe. They're like basically black goo things, and it's basically they've taken over the government and everything, and they're like, global warming is their plan. They want to take everything and just make it because they can't stand the cold.
Yeah. And
Angelino is half macho, half human, because his father banged a human. Yeah. And he wasn't supposed to do that.
Yeah. He wasn't supposed to do that.
So basically, the machos are trying to track down Angelino because he can tell machos from humans. Like he can tell by their shadows.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's another part where it's like him putting on the glasses and they live.
Yeah. It's like, don't you see that? Huh?
And what's your problem?
Yeah. And
I said, what's your problem?
And then there's also his friend his friend Vince.
Vince is great. Played by Vince Staples.
Yeah, and he's a flaming skull guy, but they never explain that.
It's whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like Ghost Rider.
And also going back, there's also these luchadors.
Yes.
Who are the ancestors of the Guardians base of order in the universe.
And now they're relegated to performers.
Yeah, because they got to pay the rent.
They got to pay the rent. Yeah.
And then one gets an image of a cockroach in his blood. It's like a towel, and gets like a symbol of a cockroach. And Angelino has an army of pet roaches that he lives with in his apartment. And they all escape and try to go find him. And it's like an army of roaches with like these adorable little like thought bubbles of his face.
Yeah, I love that.
That was so cute. And then explaining this plot makes you sound like a crazy person.
Yeah, but it's fine though.
Okay,
the movie itself is crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, so
so Angelina gets captured.
Yeah, by Gus from Breaking Bad.
By Gus from Breaking Bad, and he explains to
what I just said, like the machos and what they're doing.
The machos and what they're doing.
And they said, basically, join us. Like it's the classic, join us and
be special.
And then he's like, okay, go back to your cell and kill your friend Vince. And if he's not dead by morning, we'll kill him. And then he doesn't kill him, obviously. And then the luchadors come in and save them. Oh no, we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
I saw your face. We're gonna get to that. I'm trying to get through this plot first.
Okay.
Okay. So they're saved. They're brought to this like workstation with this giant rocket by a scientist who's kidnapped by the machos because they're gonna send the rocket into the sky and make a giant snowstorm to kill the machos. But then the two leads, Vince and Angelino, escape because they don't want to, because they're not part of that thing. They want to go, and then this great montage happens with this great song by the Toxic Avenger called "Kids" plays, and then they're going to Mexico. A call from their friend Willie.
Yep.
Yeah, because this one agent went insane. And wants to kill them himself.
Yeah.
And so they go back because their buddy Willie's in trouble. They go, they save him kind of, and then the rocket explodes, snows, kills almost every macho in the world. They just turn blue and just fall over.
Everything goes back to the way it was, except no machos.
No, I'm not done with the plot yet.
Okay.
And then fucking Bruce comes, played by Dana Sharp, just beats the shit out of the main character, and then the main character, and then like he's about to kill the main character because the main character won't turn into a macho to save him because he can turn like a weird tentacle.
Uh-huh.
And then he's about to kill him, and then the fucking Shakespeare comes out of nowhere with his posse and said, "Eye for an eye, motherfucker!" And they all just eviscerate him with bullets. He dies, and then Angelino freezes. But then it cuts to like a month later, and now everything's back to normal. And then the moon opens up, and a whole army of machos come towards Earth. The end of the movie. Fuck you.
So what you're saying is, a lot happens in this movie.
Yes, a lot happens, and it's amazing. Go watch it, please. It made no money. I want a sequel.
Well, yeah, is that just because like it wasn't like a known property in America, or
yeah? So it was pretty popular in France, and that's it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and so it bombed everywhere.
Did it have a wider release in like in France then?
Yeah, France, in Japan, but
it only had like it only played 2 nights in October in America, right?
Yeah, it was one of those like
limited releases.
Yeah, which sucks.
Theatrically, yeah.
Yeah, which is a shame.
I remember that was the case for a lot of animated films outside that are made outside of America
that are violent and weird.
Like Belle, and I remember seeing the Demon Slayer movie when that came out with my friends, and the JJK Zero when that came out. Yeah. There was one, they made a fucking Sword Art Online thing. I hate Sword Art Online. All my friends do, too. It's like the laughing stuff. It's like the most anime ever animated.
Yeah. I remember enjoying the first season a bit, but then it's just like, eh.
Yeah, it's just so basic.
It's a cool concept. It's a cool concept. Like, this guy, like, traps people in, like, a virtual reality game. Uh-huh. And they take off their headset, they die for real.
That sounds like The Matrix.
Except anime.
Except it's anime.
Speaking of animated Matrix things, MFKZ.
MFKZ, yeah.
Made by the guys who made
a segment in Animatrix.
And also...
And a segment in Batman Gotham Knight, which is, it's a really cool story. It's a really cool... Anybody, like, I don't know, anybody who, like, picked this up when they were, like... Anybody knows about what I'm talking about will know, like, this is a really cool story. It's, like, a Batman movie, released straight to DVD that, like, is, like... It's basically like Star Wars Visions, but Batman. So there's like different like animated like animation studios making different stories for Batman that all fits into like this bigger, broader story. And the first one is Have I Got a Story to Tell You? And it's about these kids recounting how they like what their encounters with the Batman and how each story is different. You know, that's their contribution to that movie. But it was pretty cool. There's like a segment with Killer Croc. That's really cool.
Cool.
And Scarecrow. That's awesome.
Check that out.
Yeah, it's really cool. I grew up on that stuff. So, I think that was like my first like gateway. Like I was like looking through the people into the world of anime before I even knew what that was. Mm-hmm. So that was really cool.
Okay, so what did you think of this movie?
I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It had some issues. In terms of like the pace kind of slowed down a bit. and it felt kind of aimless for a little bit, where it was just like, okay, now we're in the desert, we're building a rocket, okay.
Yeah, the rocket.
And like, okay, the luchadors are pretty much the Deus Ex Machina of the story.
Yeah,
okay.
the lucha.
Yeah, they're funny. I like the luchador who's basically like a tiger. He's not even a mask. He has the head of a tiger.
Yeah, because why not?
Yeah, why not? It's like, fuck it. But
that is this movie.
Yeah, fuck it. But sometimes that can be a problem when you're like trying to tell a coherent story, which is like sometimes the movie's not trying to do that.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
This film is like the anti-story because
anti-story.
Because
I don't know, it has the narrative structure.
It does, but the whole it's the whole
how we get from point A to point B is kind of
well that, but also the classic story of like he has to rise up and stop the macho. No, we're gonna run to Mexico.
That's true.
It's like they just like we're not heroes. No, we're not doing that. Mm-hmm. But then they go back to save their friend Willie, who after they save his friend Willie, their friend Willie just abandons them. It's like, okay guys, I'll see you later, bye.
Yeah, what I don't like. Okay, here's the problem with this movie. Characters like pop, characters like pop up in the story and kind of disappear for a while.
Yeah,
and you're just like kind of like you forget about them for a little bit, and then they pop back up, and it's like, oh yeah, they're in this movie. Mm-hmm. That I find kind of annoying.
Wait, like
Luna.
Yeah, Luna, yeah.
Like the luchadors, the agent who just
Oh, is that the agent who goes crazy?
Like it was crazy, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's like those three components are just like, okay, I wish they were a bit more important to the story and kind of like...
Read the comic.
Yeah, I know.
That's the problem.
The main argument is like, yeah, you just gotta read the comic, man.
Yeah, well, no, don't just watch the movie too, because I like.
Yeah, watch the movie too. It's good.
It's just one of those like.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, one thing with that is like, that's kind of life. Like, people kind of can just appear and disappear in your life.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that guy. I remember that guy.
Yeah. And there's some times in stories where like people that can work.
Yeah.
Like one thing I can think of is Terminator 2, where in like the T-1000 kind of like did like he like
is that the good one or is that the one?
The T-1000 is the bad one.
Okay.
They outrun him in the first act. He doesn't show back up until the third act.
Does he?
Yep.
I don't remember that.
The middle act is them like figuring out like spoilers for Terminator 2. By the way.
I'm sure you've seen it.
I'm sure you've seen it. It's one of the biggest movies ever made. But they like it's like
what do we do?
It's like them like going to Mexico. Mm-hmm. In the second act, and like them like stocking up on weapons, and then Sarah figuring out who the guy who made Skynet.
You made Terminator, just go fuck him up.
Yeah, pretty much like she goes to try and kill him. That's the whole thing. They explain it to him, and they try to blow up Cyberdyne's systems to prevent Judgment Day. That's like the whole second act. And then the third act is
just goo monster.
Sorry, the climax is when like the climax up to that point is when the T-1000 is able to catch up with them. So
yeah,
he hasn't until that point. He was not. That movie was like 2 hours long. He wasn't seen since like the hour mark. So
wow,
yeah,
I didn't even realize that.
Or like the 50-minute mark. It's hard to tell. Yeah. It's hard to tell from just guesstimating.
But with that movie, that's only one character.
That's one character. That's
in this film. It's like a whole group of luchadors and a hot girl. And I thought like Luna
was gonna be a bigger part in this movie. I was like, oh, okay, she seemed interesting because she's like a hybrid as well, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
She's like a half breed as well. So like, I want to see like her relationship with Lino and stuff like that. You know, I thought that would have been interesting.
Ran out of time and money.
They ran out of. The Korean anime, when sent over the Korean anime.
No, don't quote Clerks. God damn it.
Oh no, Bear is driving. How can that be?
God damn it.
I love Clerks, the animated series.
We all do. Let's get back to the movie. Okay. We gotta stop talking about Terminator and Clerks. We gotta get back on.
But I don't know. I thought it was good. Yeah. I enjoyed watching it.
This is one of those movies where I really like weird shit. Mm-hmm. Just really weird shit. Yeah.
Well, in a certain mood, I like that stuff too.
Like, because I saw this movie, I fell in love with it. Like,
even when music's great. Music's great.
I mean, Toxic Avenger.
When they're in Palm Hills, I love it. I love it.
And so there's two composers. There's
Toxic Avenger, yep.
Who's your boy? Yep. And then there's this other guy. Guillaume, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if you hear this for some reason. I can't remember your name. I love you, but he did a bunch of great tracks.
Okay.
They're like classic, kind of like just like big orchestra kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like the score is great, the animation's great, the character designs are great. There's great moments like the fucking ice cream truck chase.
Yes.
And it turns into Pac-Man for a little bit.
Yeah, I love it.
Saves the animation.
And then it transitions into like the bridge. I love it.
And I'm trying to think. There's the villain's great. Just like Mr. K, played by Gus from Breaking Bad.
And Bugging Out from Do the Right Thing.
I always forget that.
Your shoes are fucked up.
Just great visuals, great moment. The pacing's weird. It's sad they had to cut some things from the comic that really fleshes out characters. But
that's an issue I even had with Akira.
Yeah, I mean the final act of Akira, the movie, is totally different because it wasn't done yet.
They even tried to cram as much stuff as they could in it because Akira's like an epic last battle in the manga.
Yeah, and
they had to switch it up. They had to make it
just
smaller.
make it a goo baby.
Make it a goo baby.
Yeah, so I love this movie. It's weird. This is like if Tarantino had an anime. That's kind of what I thought. Because guys in suits, good music, weird shit. Actually, that's not true. Because I don't think anyone says the N-word once. So, so it's not Tarantino at all. So.
Nobody says the N-word, so therefore it's not a Tarantino thing.
No.
Yeah.
But it's Riz is in it for some reason.
Riz is great. I love his voice. He's great.
He says Shakespeare. I want him to read just Shakespeare plays.
To be or not to be. That is the question.
Or thus bad begins and worse remains behind. Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 4. And he shoots eye for an eye, motherfucker. And he just eviscerates him.
They just make him into fucking Swiss cheese,
He's like, live by the sword, die by the sword.
I love it when he's he's carrying two machine guns akimbo,
It's great. What did he say?
I love his character. I love this character design, especially Shakespeare.
Yeah, Shakespeare's great.
My two favorite character designs: Willie, because he looks like a fucking doofus.
He looks like a Pokemon.
He looks like a Digimon. He looks like a rejected Pokemon.
Yeah.
With braces.
Yeah. Eating a hot dog.
Stubby hands.
Well, not even. They're just stubs.
They're stubs. I love it. And Shakespeare, because he's just he's like a bigger guy.
He's a big
bloated.
fat black guy.
Yeah.
He's a big tattoo that says something.
His face is always masked.
Yeah.
He doesn't reveal his face. I love it.
His eyes shot out, and he wears an eye patch.
He wears an eye patch. He's got a mask.
Yeah.
A medical mask because he's got back out of the hospital. So.
And
it's great stuff.
Yes. I think my favorite ones are probably the main character.
Because yeah.
Just great. His face is just so iconic to me. And Vin's.
Vin's is also really good.
He's just a flaming skull. He's like, and how does Vince stay alive with his head on fire?
Oh yeah, they explained that where does he get so they set up earlier in the movie that he couldn't get a job because he's a fire hazard wherever he goes. What does he get a job at again? Oh, the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
right?
Pepito's.
Mexican deli. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's nice. He got a job.
Well, he's a fire hazard. Oh God, is he an arson? No, he's a literal
fire hazard. Literally.
And of course, there's a scene with the guys coming in. He's a bug. The can bug spray.
Yeah, bug spray. Yeah. It reminded me of Watchmen, where
a little
a
little bit.
Lights, uses the flame and turns into a little makeshift flamethrower.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So
good.
What did you rate this movie?
3 stars.
Fair enough. I give it a 4.
Okay.
Because I'm not fair with my rating because I just like it.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
I would also I've heard they're thinking of trying to do a sequel. And I'm down for that.
Yeah, I'm down for that too.
And
I want to see more of this world.
Yeah, and would be great if they took the movie and cut it up and finished the rest of the series and added the movie scenes back in, so it's they just finished the whole story.
Yeah. That seems
not going to do that, but
not going to do that
because that's expensive. But I'd love to see that. But and also read the comic. It's great.
Yes.
That's motherfuckers.
So moving on to our last movie of last night.
Your pick.
Yeah, my pick. Plan 9 from Outer Space.
This time it's public domain, so a link down below to watch it.
I think it is, right?
Yeah, of course it's public domain. No one wants that. No one wanted that movie. They just let it go in public domain.
Okay.
So
wow.
You just go down below to the link and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Or else.
So Yeah, this is like, it was widely considered like a book. I think it was the Golden Turkey Awards.
Yep.
Called this movie the worst movie of all time.
It's not.
Yeah, which it's not. It's not.
Nowhere close.
It's not a good movie. Objectively, it's not a good movie.
It's a very
entertaining bad movie.
Like
there are some movies out there made during that time that are absolutely horrendous.
Artemis Fowl.
Are not. I mean, it said during that time.
Oh yeah, well,
like relative to its budget, like even like a little. I've seen Things, man. Things is like it is the worst movie I've ever seen of all time. It's not even fun bad.
What's
Things? Is like Canadians have monsters in their house and they worry about it intermittently while drinking beer, watered down beer from because he drinks a beer, he pours some water into it in the bottle and drinks some more of it.
What?
Yeah, I know that's Things.
I don't. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, no. I watched it on Shudder one time because I was curious and I was just like, this is fucking awful. I gave it half star.
And there's also movies like Artemis Fowl.
Yeah. Oh, that should be I'll make you watch Things. Okay, so for context, Ben had an idea for the podcast where he was just like, let's watch the worst movie either of us have. Like, let's make each other watch the worst movie we've ever seen.
No, not the worst. Like our least favorite movie.
Things.
So
I'll watch
Things,
Artemis Fowl.
And I'll watch Things. And then we have to find something else to watch that we both don't like.
That we both don't like. It will just be a shit fest.
Well, welcome to the shit episode.
The shit episode. But
Plan 9. What's the plot of Plan 9?
Oh, gee, golly willikers.
Now it's your turn, bitch.
So Plan 9 from outer space is about. It's a story. Really, okay. It's a story about these aliens, right?
One's very hot.
Yeah, one's very. We'll get to that. We started thirsting for one of the aliens.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fun. And basically their plan is to raise the dead back to life to pretty much destroy the living on Earth to
stop us
from creating a bomb that will destroy the entire universe.
Damn.
And in the middle of that is a man and his wife, a colonel, a police detective, and a man, and like the three dead people who the movie opens up with like a funeral.
Yeah.
And the movie opens up with Criswell. He's like the
rest of our lives,
the dumbest shit ever. Where I'm just like, what the fuck is he saying right now? It's like, the future is where we'll be spending the rest of our lives.
It's like, yeah, no shit. That is true.
These future events will affect you in the future. I love it so much.
It is very
And so basically, like, okay, so it starts with after the opening credit scene, it starts with a funeral, where some of the last footage of Bela Lugosi ever, mourning the death of his wife, played by Vampire, of course.
Like, damn, that is a gold digger right there.
Yeah, and then he died. He's
hit by a car or something.
He's hit by a car. He's like, and the man left the house never to return again. After the funeral.
Later that evening.
So he's buried in like a different a different area than of the cemetery, and this reflected the actual death of Bela Lugosi.
Here's like later on, he's very shy.
He
has to cover his face. He's very shy throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. So basically, before this movie went into production, Bela Lugosi died.
Yeah.
He just died, and so they had B-roll of like Dracula of Bela Lugosi in the Dracula outfit,
walking around,
just doing his thing, like, walking around aimlessly.
Walking around.
They cut that into the movie as if we wouldn't notice that there was a difference between him and the director's wife's chiropractor posing as Bela Lugosi. And what the fuck?
Oh my god! I got so upset.
It's different levels of incompetence, you know. Like, it's just so funny to me that like he thought that would be seamless.
The stock footage is during the day, and
the shots in the movie are at night. It's just like, oh my god!
It's Noah. Listen to me.
It's uncanny.
It's not about the tiny details. It's about the
big picture. We're gonna be quoting Ed Wood a lot because this movie was like this movie was like the inspiration, partly the inspiration for Ed Wood, which is your favorite movie
of all time.
So I feel like we have to go into a little bit of history about Ed Wood, right?
please.
Edward D. Wood Jr.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The greatest director of all time.
Yeah.
He was a true Hollywood reject who
You know,
made his own movies and not give a
transvestite.
fuck. Oh yeah, he was also transvestite, but whatever.
But that was great about him.
Yeah, it was awesome. He was
Like,
also rebel in terms of
he didn't
sexuality and stuff.
He didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, he cared, but
he
not...
cared about his movies as bad as they were, but
Yeah.
he also cared about movies in general and
Yeah. So
died in drunken stupor, penniless.
Jeez.
Yeah. I love how it's like the ending of Ed Wood is just like, this is it. This is the movie. This is the one I'll be known for. And then after it's like, let's get married. Really? It's right now in Vegas. And it's like, Red Letter Me talked about this where they were just like, and it pans up and it shows like the where are they now? Ed Wood died a drunken, penniless man
Who made porn.
who made porn in his later days. You know, it was just like Jesus Christ.
But I love him, and he's just. Yeah, so he was in the army.
Mm-hmm.
He wore brassiere and panties while in the army.
He was more afraid of them finding, like medics finding out about a secret than dying.
Yeah, which is, I don't. That's weirdly sad and funny to me. It's like,
which made its way into a line in Ed Wood.
Which also became the inspiration for Mulan.
I had like a Goodfellas moment where I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!
Get the fuck out of
here!" No, but
that'd be hilarious if it was though. Wouldn't
yeah.
it? But yeah. So he was in the army. Mm-hmm. He was a big fan of Dracula movies when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
He made Glen or Glenda, which is basically a very thinly veiled
autobiography.
Yeah, with like big green dragons and there's puppy dog tails.
Yeah, no, there's talk of it.
Yeah, there's Satan.
It's like it's Bela Lugosi in a chair.
Plays God or whatever.
Plays like some sort of God figure, and he's talking about it's like beware the big green dragon that sits on your doorstep. Puppy dog tails, big fat snails.
I wonder if that's supposed to be penises. Like the big fat snails in the tails.
That reminds me of a line that Bill Murray said in Ed Wood, where he's like,
"Oh yeah, yeah,
like, goodbye penis,
goodbye.
Goodbye.
I have to take action. Goodbye, penis.
Goodbye, penis." And he's holding a hot dog.
Yeah, and like everyone's like, "What? Wait, what?"
And Sarah Jessica Parker's like super embarrassed. She's like, "Just stop talking so loud."
Yeah. So and then he made Bride of the Monster or Adam.
Yeah, Bride.
He changed the title.
It ends with a big explosion. But in the script, he gets killed by the octopus.
Not anymore.
Not now. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Plan 9 from outer space.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. Terrible. Even meh. No, not meh. It's anything but meh.
Tommy Wiseau has nothing on this.
Tommy Wiseau has nothing on Ed Wood, honestly.
He's just a weird guy who made like one movie.
He had a budget, but just incompetence. Ed Wood had the double. He had the double whammy of a low budget and incompetence.
And you know what? He made something entertaining.
He made something entertaining
with decent.
He got the movie made, man. That's a miracle.
He got baptized to get it made.
Yeah.
And also, I will say,
do you renounce Satan?
Sure. Watch Ed Wood, but
watch Ed Wood. Watch Ed Wood, and then for context, watch Plan 9.
No, watch all the movies.
Watch all of them.
Glenn and Glenda, they're all public domain.
They're all public. Yeah, they're all, or at least they're all free on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know?
What the fuck was I saying? Right. So I will say with Plan 9, it's very dumb.
Oh yeah. It's big dumb.
But there's some decent social commentary.
Really. About the Earth and stuff, and how like we're creating an arms race that'll like destroy the world.
Yeah, so there's a line in it.
So basically, what you're saying is this movie's on par with The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, there's a great line in it where I think it's the alien who says, "Fascinating. Humans who think are scared of those who don't."
Yeah. Because those who don't think think about their actions. You know?
Yeah, they just do.
Like a guy who's afraid of a mugger, you know.
Yeah.
Guy who's like a professor or something, or like working a decent job. He's afraid of a mugger.
Or politicians,
yeah.
Lines like that. Ed Wood had something to say. Damn it. And
yeah.
He said it the best he could.
He said it the best he could.
You know, whether it be global politics.
In Plan 9 from outer space,
or transsexuals, or transvestites, or what have you.
Transsexuals from transsexual Transylvania.
First of all, you said that way wrong, and that's not even from Ed
Sweet
Wood.
transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Boom, did it.
You said it wrong again.
What?
Sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
I said that.
No, you didn't.
I said sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
You said some.
I said the exact same. I said the exact same thing, bro.
Why are you getting so upset by this?
Because I said it. I corrected myself. I was like stumbling over my words a little bit. Then I said it again, and you said like, no, you're still wrong. Whatever. Okay. Watch Rocky Horror too. That's a good movie.
That is a good movie. Plan 9.
Plan 9 from Outer Space. You found it.
I feel bad now because I didn't mean to make you so upset.
It's okay. I'm not upset. Dude.
Sorry about that.
I'm not upset.
I feel bad.
No, don't be.
I do.
But nah, it's fine, dude. And I found it interesting how we were talking about this. Like his vision, like is broad. His vision is like bigger than his budget.
Yeah, no.
We're like, it's like
he's kind of like John Carpenter.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's in New York City. He's fighting. It's like
it's like he's not
got this one block of of some town in Virginia.
Yeah,
that's New York, kind of.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's like his ideas are bigger than what he had.
I was thinking more like Dave Wascavage, director.
Ed Wood is better than him.
Ed Wood is better than David Wascavage.
No. First of all, you said his name wrong. It's Miscarriage. That's a Red Letter Media joke. I'm very sorry to the man. I love Suburban Sasquatch.
Yeah, we love Suburban Sasquatch.
We love you.
Yeah. But it's free on Tubi with ads.
And I think it's public domain, isn't it?
I don't know, dude. He probably didn't put a patent on it.
He forgot to.
Yeah. But it's interesting how like his vision was bigger than like his budget. So pretty much when I say that, I mean that it's like the opening where it's like the man who's like, the old man
sobbing.
Who's like wallowing in his house. Outside his house, it's like he probably envisioned like a castle
with
it's
fog.
just like with fog, and it's just like he's mourning the death of his wife, like nevermore, like an Edgar Allan Poe story. No, it's just some Californian house, I
mean, it's a nice California.
It's a nice house, but it's like it's not gothic or anything.
No.
It's like it was literally Bela Lugosi's house in California.
Yeah, he walked out. He was sad, and then he got hit by a car.
He smelled some flowers and stuff, and died.
Whose color reminded him of the rosy cheeks she had, or something like that.
Yeah.
Criswell's narration.
And I love the guy in the night outfit. The guy in like the night outfit who's like the head alien.
Oh, yeah.
They did the Wakanda Forever thing to him before that was even a thing.
You see, stupid minds. Stupid.
You're stupid minds. Stupid.
And there's also their leader, who was like a guy with like a shield on his stomach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That guy.
The night outfit. Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's great too. He's Plan 9.
Oh yes, Plan 9 from outer space. I would love that they said Plan 9 from outer space.
I don't think they said outer space.
No. I would love if you said that.
Oh, it would be funny.
And
there's also the. All right, here we go. The thick alien.
Yeah. Oh God, she's hot.
Yeah. There's an alien lady.
There's one alien lady. Who you think we thirst for Vampira, but no, we
She made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, because her waist was so tiny.
It's like it felt like someone had a string, like just tie her.
Yeah, I was just like, Jesus, can you breathe in that?
Like,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, lady, I feel like you saw like her hips, but you saw like her hip bone too. It's like, oh God. But there was like this like thick alien lady. Yeah, her legs are like, damn.
It was like, wow, and it's like a subtle way where it was just like, she's hot.
Yeah, she like after a while I kept staring at her legs. I couldn't even pay attention. Like
I can't. It's jammed. It's like this advanced alien technology. It's like jammed.
What do you mean it's jammed? It's a spaceship.
No. It's like the ray gun that like the electro gun that like controls the zombies. Yeah.
Like, what do you? That shit was great.
This is brain cracking.
And there's Tor Johnson's acting.
Tor Johnson. I'm going to knock around a little.
Like what?
They were like, who do we give the lines to? How about the Swedish like wrestler who can barely like pronounce English?
The question is,
knock around a little. I'm a big boy, Johnny.
The real question is, why didn't they dub him over?
Yeah, why just dub it over? Like it's funny though. I love it.
Oh, that's why. Well, here's my guess is that they ran out of money.
Why'd you give all the lines to the giant? Look, Bella's dead and Vampire wouldn't read the script. I had to give the lines to somebody.
Yeah, this is just gonna be Ed Wood quotes for the most part.
Nobody will ever notice that.
It's about the big picture.
It's about the big picture.
Yeah.
But it's just such a ride. It's just such it's like a time capsule of like.
Yeah.
wow, this movie was made, and it was like the end, made in California, Hollywood, California,
USA.
And it was just like, Jesus Christ. I was just like, I wish I was in the theater to see this. It was just like, yeah.
Give it up.
Give it up for Ed Wood.
He got baptized for this movie. He got his whole cast baptized. Good for him.
Good for him. You know, he was a true auteur, if there ever was one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ed Wood he suffered for his films.
And no one liked him.
And then he suffered, period.
Oh, God. I hate how accurate that is. Suffered, period. That's fucked. He made really bad porn and died.
Made Orgy of the Dead and then died.
Which also has Criswell.
Yeah, also has Criswell ogling girls.
Yeah, that is the whole
Wasn't
movie.
there like a naked mummy chick? Or like
I'm sure there was.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
Oh yeah, there's also one that was released by AGFA called Take It Out and Trade, which is like this trashy thing that was made like in his like backyard or something.
Of course it's trash.
Dude, we should like cover a Ray Dennis Steckler movie.
I'm not... Who?
He made the incredibly strange creatures that stopped living and became mixed up zombies.
What the fuck?
There's like a list on. There's like a series or something.
Is that like an ironic thing, or is that?
It was the first ever monster movie musical. Made in the '60s, '64, I think.
I'm very curious about this now. I've never heard of this.
There's like a thing where it's like the top 50 worst movies of all time. They like had stuff like Manos and
Plan 9.
And actually, Plan 9 I think they had in there. The number one worst one was The Incredibly Strange Creatures. And I was just like, I need to see this movie.
How was it?
I know I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
I want to like get like the box set of Ray Dennis Steckler.
Of course you do.
Yeah, because he made if you're familiar with like Best of the Worst, this specific episode, they made a review, a spotlight episode of Blood Shack, also known as The Trooper. Whereas like just like it's basically like an fake urban legend about this guy who like kills people in a shack in a the dirty mattress.
Oh yeah, the dirty mattress. I remember that now.
It's that's Ray Dennis Steckler's movie.
Oh shit.
They also made like this movie called The Lemon Grove Kids and the Monsters, and it's this whole thing, and made The Thrill Killers. Just these like trash movies that I need to see direly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like maybe one of these days, you know.
Put that on my watch list.
Yeah, put that on my watch list. The Incredible Strange Creatures that stopped living and became mixed up zombies.
Anyway,
what would you rate Plan 9?
Wait, one last thing I want to say.
Okay.
There's a sort of kind of sequel to Plan 9.
Night of the Ghouls.
Night of the Ghouls, which was a movie he filmed
but never released
because he couldn't afford the lab development of it.
Oh my
But then in the 80s a fan found out and he put up the money.
Yes.
And he released it I think for free, like just like
thank
public.
God.
And yeah, it's got that one cop who's in this movie who's like,
so it's a sequel basically.
He's like, you know, I always get all the monster details. Why do I get? It's like, oh, and Tor Johnson appears as the character he was in this film.
Really?
Yeah, like, so basically, it's this like fake like
psychic.
Yeah,
played by Criswell.
But then real ghosts start showing up,
mm-hmm.
and one it's the cop from this movie. Back.
Have you seen it? Or
a long time ago.
Okay, what did you think of it?
It's not as entertaining as Plan 9, but it's about the same.
I would say a good double feature would be Bride of the Monster and Plan 9 for Outer Space.
Bride of the Monster is the shit.
I love Bride of the Monster. I watched the MST3K version of that.
Yeah.
That was really funny. I liked it. Also, MST3K, my favorite episode is either The Final Sacrifice or Manos.
Manos is good.
Where they're just like, Manos, the Hands of Fate.
Yeah.
Just randomly saying that. But yeah, what would you rate Plan 9 for Outer Space, Ben?
Well, last night, I think I gave it a 2.5.
Okay.
But this morning I was like, I'm going to give it a 2.
Okay.
So I changed my rating to a 2.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just like, wait, I thought I did a 2.5.
Yeah, I was like, Well, here's the thing. So last night, I was getting tired.
Yeah.
And I started to fall asleep around, like, the time where, like, Tor Johnson grabbed the girl and was taking her. Like, I started, like, kind of, like, dozing off. And, like, if it was that funny, that would have never happened if I was, like, that.
Yeah.
So
it, like, drags in a few bits, basically.
Yeah. But I still find it very entertaining and very inspiring, genuinely.
Yes, genuinely inspiring. Despite despite us throwing dog shit at it and tomatoes at it.
Ed Wood might be in my top 10 favorite filmmakers.
Okay.
Just in terms of like,
Yeah.
he did it, damn it.
I think he's like, in terms of like bad filmmakers, where it's like I enjoy them ironically or unironically, depending on my mood. He is definitely up there.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorites is...
Because it was genuine. It was like
it was a genuine effort. And that's where a lot of great bad movies come from. It's a genuine effort, you know?
Yeah.
When I hate the fucking like sci-fi movies, you know, or like The Asylum where they're trying to make a bad movie.
Oh, it's like Sharknado 5.
Yeah, Sharknado 5, and they're like,
Octopus
again? Question mark, exclamation point.
Oh my god.
It happened again. It's just like just actually try to make a good movie and then fail, and then we can enjoy it. You know?
Yeah, if it's just like trash for trash's sake, it's just trash.
Try making something like Lycan Colony or
I don't know that
Suburban Sasquatch, where the director was genuinely insane.
But that's the hard. Like you can't force that though. It's
force,
like magic.
Yeah, it's like magic. It's like lightning in a bottle. You know.
Like idiocy plus ego plus.
I know what my favorite bad filmmaker is.
Yeah, what's that?
Don Dohler.
Oh, what did he do?
He did Night Beast and Alien Factor.
Oh God. AKA the same movie over and over again.
He does not have my favorite movies, bad movies that he's made, but he's like in terms of like. Well, I realized this when we were watching Deadly Spawn, when I was just like, this is like cheesy, but like, that's not one of his movies.
Oh, okay. I was like, in that case, then
it's not. It's like I give that a 3 because of the fact that like, wow, this operates like an actual movie.
Yeah, it's like a film with like a plot and characters.
Yeah, I was like, when I realized that, I was like, wow, Donald Dohler's movies kind of suck.
That's when you realized.
Yeah, no. I was like, before that, I was like, oh yeah, Night Beast. It's on Vinegar Syndrome. It's a Blu-ray, 1080p, you know. And then I watched it. I was just like, yeah, this is like lame. But I still love Night Beast. I still love Alien Factor. I want to see the other one that's not on Blu-ray. Galaxy Invader. Just the same 3 movies over and over again.
How are those on Blu-ray and Titan AE is still not on Blu-ray?
I don't know, man.
This is ridiculous.
Night of the Demon. You ever heard Night of the Demon? It's about Bigfoot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's why it's called Night of the Demon. Does that make so much sense?
No.
Severin released it. It's really good.
Of course it is.
I haven't seen it, but
you haven't seen it, but it's good.
It's
Got
good.
it.
I heard it's good.
What would you rate Plan 9 from Outer Space?
I line up with you in that later half. 2 stars. I enjoyed it a lot. It's one of my favorite bad movies. It is not. I was originally gonna give it like a 1 star because like an honorary 1 star, but I was like thinking like I gave it 1 star to Robot Monster. And this is way better than Robot Monster.
Absolutely, I agree.
So I give it 2 stars.
And I gotta say, like I said, there's some good commentary buried beneath the shit.
Oh, we didn't talk about the flying saucers.
Oh my god.
Wait, hold on.
We're pieces of shit. I'm sorry. We're the worst podcast.
We were like speculating what everybody was speculating.
What's wrong with us?
We were like speculating like what those saucers were. Were they like paper plates that are like put together and like painted silver, or like, you know,
or like pie tins? Are they like just toys?
There was am I going crazy, or there was a shot where they were like over the Hollywood sign, right? Or was that just an Ed Wood?
I think that was just an Ed Wood.
Damn it!
That's awesome. What I said. I was like, wait, where's that?
Where's the shot of like them? Like I just realized this now. There's never a shot. There's a shot in Ed Wood where like they're like holding the saucers over the fake Hollywood sign. Right?
It's on fire.
No, it's not on fire.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's on fire, and they're like, oh my god, we're on fire. Oh my god.
Okay. Oh yeah, with the saucer on fire. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's never in Plan 9. Why?
Tim Burton, you lied to me. you lied to me, Tim Burton.
Can we take a quick moment to talk about how uneven a director Tim Burton is?
Hold on. He's my boy. Let's not sabotage my boy here.
Okay. What would you say is your least favorite movie of his? I'll tell you my favorite.
My least favorite. Just trying to think. Probably Dumbo.
Okay, Dumbo. I haven't seen it, so.
Dumbo or like maybe Mars Attacks.
Okay.
No, actually no. Mars Attacks is cute, but like Dumbo or like what was the one with hit the Mad Hatter?
Oh, Alice in Wonderland. Oh no.
Yeah, like.
Oh jeez.
Here's the thing with Tim Burton, like he doesn't usually write the screenplays, so it's usually not like all his fault. It's like, let's make Alice in Wonderland an
But
epic.
he's in charge of making sure it actually looks nice.
Yeah, so basically, he said recently that like he's done with Disney because like they're so just like Like,
were they like breathing down his neck during the making of that movie? Or?
Kind of just like make it. They weren't letting him like, I guess, breathe more.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but like, yeah, Dumbo was like, Yeah, those are my. What's your least favorite, Tim Burton?
My least favorite is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I love that movie.
I can't stand that movie.
I love it.
It does it's like anti Willy Wonka.
That is that's the point.
If that's the point, then it's like
okay. Here's the question for you, Noah. Either have it like a shot for shot remake, or would you rather do something different,
or not do it at all? I don't know.
Well, they're gonna do it anyway. They're doing a prequel to it now. They're doing a prequel.
I don't know, man. I don't.
It's
like saying like Star Wars: The Last Jedi is good because it's anti-Star Wars.
Well, I mean, and also with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it's very creative. It's a lot more creative than most of the remakes.
I will give Last Jedi this. It does look pretty. There's some good shots in
it. You're just burning my hope down for.
I just
one of these days I was gonna say
sit me down and watch. We will watch. Well, how about a double feature of Willy Wonka and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? How about that? So that we can like
one of these,
So that like there's not some like it's not suffer as much.
Well, I mean, you'll suffer watching Charlie. I won't because I'll be having a good time.
Okay. Well, who's that actor? That little person actor who plays all the Oompa Loompas in the remake?
Oh, what the fuck is his name?
He's good.
Yeah,
but he's not good in that movie, I don't think.
What do you mean not good? He doesn't do it. He just stands there.
It's just like I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird, uncanny to have all these.
I want him to be an orange face.
Fucking guy.
I want him to be an orange face.
I've never read the book. Are they an orange face in the book, or they never say?
They're just like Africans.
They're okay.
They're literally like the drawings are like Africans with like loincloths.
Oh no!
Like tiny African people.
Oh no!
Yeah, probably a good idea. They change it to like little orange guys.
What do you gobble down, sweets?
Augustus Gloop, the great big greedy nincompoop. Augustus Gloop, so big and vile, so greedy, foul, and infantile. Come on, we cry. Shut up. Okay, I'm done.
I like what was I about to say? I'm about to say something I liked about the remake and I forgot. No, I like Christopher Lee in it.
Oh yeah,
he's always awesome. Yeah,
he's just out of nowhere. He plays Charlie's dad.
He plays Charlie's dad.
No. He plays
No, excuse me. Willy Wonka's dad.
For some reason. Because why not?
Because why not?
Yeah, I just love. I don't know why. That's a film I love that no one else likes.
That's okay.
It's just, I don't know. It's just something about it I really like. It's like
it's just like
Willy Wonka.
It looks like. It's just like it looks to me like barf.
Oh God!
It looks like German expressionism taken to like a disgusting extreme.
I love it.
It's just like
it's like German expressionism in a chocolate factory.
It's just like Jesus Christ.
I love it.
All right. I'll stop bashing it. But my favorite Tim Burton movie is Ed Wood.
So that's my favorite too. That's my favorite movie.
I love Ed Wood.
That is his best film, like undeniable. And it was a bomb at the box.
That's like the second. Oh shit! That sucks.
Yeah. Well, no one knew who Ed Wood was.
Except for like movie nerds.
Yeah, and like
people who read like the Golden Turkey Awards and shit like that.
Yeah, and they're like, and then they're like, why would I watch a movie with that guy?
To me, it's the second best movie about making movies. Number one is American Movie.
I know. Yeah.
I fucking love American Movie.
I like American Movie, but I like Ed Wood better.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
Plan 9. Check it out.
Plan 9. Check it out.
Link down below, probably.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I can find it.
I'm sure if you Google Plan 9 full movie.
Maybe on Internet Archive.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but we already got our next movies lined up.
Oh.
Yeah. So should we disclose them?
Sure. You say yours first.
Okay, good. My two picks are Rio Bravo and Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
What's yours, Ben?
Stick Figures the movie. Because why not?
Oh, jeez.
So watch those next time if you want to
like just talk, kind of feel like you're parasocially part of the discussion.
It's like Sardonicast. Because we're totally not ripping them off.
Because we're totally not ripping them off right now with not having a set up script or anything. Well, not like having like a setup like having notes or anything,
Yeah. I mean, we usually have notes sometimes. Like,
sometimes they have notes.
Yeah.
But the most preparation we ever do is actually just watching the movies.
Yeah.
Which will probably change sometime soon for me on my part. Because I feel like we did. I feel like we're doing pretty good, but I feel like I just want some points to be a bit more focused on my part.
Okay.
But we'll do that. We'll see what happens.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about
behind the scenes
and stuff.
So check out Rio Bravo, Days Confused, and
Dick
Dick Figures the movie. See you next time.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.